Let's see, his clock's different than ours. His clock is fast. Welcome to the September 26, 2018 Board of Trustees meeting. We're going to open the meeting as we normally do with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. Tonight's moment of silence is in honor of Linda Joy Brink-Depke, wife of Howard Brink-Depke, mother of Gina Brink-Depke Bondere, and Todd Brink-Depke, grandmother of Sydney, Mitchell, and Lily. Linda was activities director for Western Hills Retirement Village. Rest in peace, Linda. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Approval of minutes, please. Mr. Luby.
Motion 2018-170, approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on September 12, 2018, and dispense with the reading.
I move motion 2018-170.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Motion 2018-171, approve bills for payment.
I move motion 2018-171.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Motion 2018-172, approve the payment of overtime for pay period ending September 11th, 2018.
I move motion 2018-172.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes. Report from the fiscal officer, please.
Resolution 2018-190, resolution approving purchase order obligations incurred on behalf of the Township by the Township Administrator, authorizing payment of certain purchase order obligations and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-191, resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission, authorizing the necessary tax levies, certifying them to the county auditor, and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
As far as significant transactions since last meeting, on 9/25, we received $20,000 for the permissive and motor vehicle license tax. On 9/25, we received $41,000 for a combination of the local government fund, motor vehicle license tax, and gasoline tax. As far as disbursements, on 9/20, our payroll was $281,000, which included $18,000 of police comp payouts. That's all I have.
Wonderful, thank you. Trustee correspondence, Trustee Seavey?
Yes. For those of us who are part of the energy aggregation program for Delhi Township, we recently received news from our aggregation company that we'd like to share with you, because we are locked in at 0.0444 CCF, that's the source of measurement, for December of 2018 through May of 19. This is a 6.7% decrease in what we'll be paying for gas. So I think, Mr. Cameron, did you have something you wanted to add to that as well?
I would just remind everyone, this is our township aggregation. This is natural gas rate you mentioned, and each year they lock a rate in for the winter months, so it can't exceed that 0.444 CCF. It could flex down, which is the structure we like. If you got the letter, it looks like a form letter. Don't be scared of it. If you don't do anything, you are put into the program. It's an opt-out program. If you don't want to be in it, you can opt out. You can opt out at any time as well. There's no penalty to opt out later. Once that winter lock-in rate is over, it will be a variable rate. And just for comparison's sake, Duke's rate right now is 0.5267, so compare that to 0.444.
Perfect.
Right, and if you have any questions too, we're very pleased with the customer service of Energy Alliance, and we'd be glad to give you their number if you want to call the office. They'll be glad to help you.
Kids, cops, and firefighters?
Oh, yes. Thank you, everyone who came out for Kids, Cops, and Firefighters trying the test drive up at Shiloh last weekend, and I think they did pretty well. We didn't quite meet the full 6,000, but we came close, so thank you, everyone, for coming out. Walt Sweeney Ford, thank you for sponsoring the event, and for every test drive, Kids, Cops, and Firefighters got $20, so thank you.
And they were very flexible because we didn't know they were going to be paving Foley Road right outside of Shiloh that day. So
Right.
they changed their plans and all went well. Trustee Davis?
No, not at this time.
Okay. I'd like to congratulate, we as recent employees of Delhi Parks Public Works competed in the Hamilton County Road EO. Congratulations to Keith Duncan, who placed second out of 30 for excavator competition and second out of 60 in the driving competition. So Keith and Randy Soupy will be going to the regionals competition, so we hope they do well there. We also want to congratulate Mary Anakin from the Parks Department. They put on a speakeasy Friday night, which was absolutely delightful. So authentic, the detail, and it was fun. So please pay attention to when Delhi has an event because you'll be surprised how nice it is. It was a great get-together and a nice gathering of people. Also, we want to say thank you and give recognition to our employees who are helping with the recycling program. They're educating the people as they come up. So we have Delhi police that are sitting there from time to time and surprising some of our residents, just educating them on what is and isn't allowed to be recycled. Also, Josh Torbeck from Parks is stepping in, and we thank him for that. And Ron Rippinger and his group are there constantly, too. So thank you. It is improving. You will see some signs being posted soon regarding the fines, and that's due to a resolution we passed. There will be fines issued. So please, Delhi, please, thank you for those who have cooperated and those that haven't. We will be issuing some fines. I know we sound like the bad guys, but thank you very much to everybody for that. All right, so we do have a special presentation tonight. Chief Howarth.
Thank you, Board of Trustees. Tyler, you want to come on up? If you recall, the vacancy left by Corporal Frank Gentili during his retirement. So with that, we had a process, and I bring before you Tyler Steinley. Tyler is 25 years old. He was born and raised in Delhi Township. He's a graduate of Elder High School. Upon graduation from high school, he served our United States through the Marine Corps from 2012 through 2016. Time he graduated or served his time, 4 years, came home, went to college for a little bit, and then put himself in the basic academy through Butler Tech, where he became certified in July of this year. So he's currently engaged to Cincinnati police officer Katie Hoffbauer. So he's joined a family of police officers that a couple are here, Bruce Hoffbauer, Colonel Hoffbauer, that did 40-plus years with the county and so forth. So we're looking forward to Tyler. He's going to be an asset to this department. The unfortunate part is I probably won't work 25 years with him or 30 years with him, but I think he'll be here for a long time.
Perfect. So we're ready.
Thank you. Yep. If you just want to scoot on up there, you can just read off the board.
Is this going to be on the board? Okay. Raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
I, Tyler Steinley,
I, Tyler Steinley,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Ohio,
and the resolutions of the Township of Delhi,
and the resolutions of the Township of Delhi,
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as a police officer of the Delhi Township Police Department.
as a police officer of the Delhi Township Police Department.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
This is a big-
Thank you.
you'd like to introduce anybody? Or?
I would.
Okay.
Well, trustees, first, thank you very much for having me. Thank you. Sir.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much. Well, this is my family to the left here. We're longtime Delhi residents. My mother, Kelly, my little brother, Ben. Brother Austin, he just came home from Kuwait and San Diego. He's in the Marines as well.
Thank you.
We're missing one of my siblings. He's also in the Marines. He's in Virginia. My father, Joe, my grandmas, both, Grandpa. Little brother, Paul, he's a soccer star. He's all over Delhi.
Good.
So, my fiance, Katie, her grandfather, her mother and father, Bruce and Patty. And brother Jake, who's about to graduate the Fire Academy. So
Wow.
a lot of excitement in our big family here. So thank you all so much. And I'd also like to thank my peers for showing up today. And
Yes.
the whole start and the leadership has been a blessing, and it's really been an easy start for me, and I'm excited. So thank you all so much for putting your faith in me.
Right. You're working with
Good luck.
one of the best, we think, the best
Yes, ma'am.
in the area, so thank you.
Well,
And thank you
it
to your
was-
family.
It was difficult for Gentili to leave, but I'm sure he would be pleased with how his boots were being filled. So that's very good.
Thank you.
Welcome, Tyler.
Thank you.
Mike?
No, I think it's great. I'm glad you acknowledge your fellow officers, because I think that just shows even more support for you, that they're here for you. We're all here for you. We ultimately all for the residents of the township, and an honor to have you here with us also. Colonel, so many years of service in your family. It's just awesome to see it and to be here all in one group. Thank you, and thank you for saying yes to Delhi.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And thank you to the family and your brothers and everybody for your service. I mean, it's kind of reminds me of Blue Bloods on Fridays. You know? So God bless all of you. Stay safe. All right. Okay. Done? Okay. If you'd like to leave at this time, the family and our troops, thank you for being here, for your support. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So proud, Mom. Bye-bye. Congratulations. Yeah. All right. I love doing that. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, we'll move on to administration, please.
Motion 2018-173, proclaiming Saturday, September 29th, 2018, as Allison Landscaping Day in Delhi Township.
I'm in motion 2018-173.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Motion 2018-174, proclaiming Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018, as Frisch's Big Boy Day in Delhi Township.
I'm in motion 2018-174.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Motion 2018-175, approve the request to not have a hearing regarding GOGA 3 Corp's annual liquor license renewal.
I'm in motion 2018-175.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes.
Resolution 2018-192, resolution declaring certain property no longer needed for public use, obsolete, and unfit for the use acquired, authorizing sale by internet auction, and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
Nope. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-193, resolution declaring certain items of personal property unfit for the use acquired, that the items have no value, authorizing disposal thereof, and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Thank you. Parks and Recreation.
Resolution 2018-194, resolution entering into a facilities agreement with the Delhi Business Association for the provision of a Dog Days event and outdoor movie for the community at Delhi Park, authorizing the Parks and Recreation Director to execute the agreement and dispensing with a second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Mr. Torbeck?
We're just excited about, this is the third year for it. It's October 27th, starts at 5. Wiener dog races. I don't know if, Tony, are you going to talk about it at all tonight? So I'll let Tony, I won't steal his thunder. But it's a great event. We're excited to have him back. So nothing changed from last year, so we're good.
Perfect.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Motion 2018-176, approve the seasonal resignation of Lydia M. Brigham in the Parks and Recreation Department, effective 8/31/2018.
I have a motion 2018-176.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Fire Department.
Motion 2018-177, approve the hiring of Eric Rolfus as part-time firefighter EMT in the Fire Department at the rate per the collective bargaining agreement with the Delhi Firefighters Association and successful completion of the pre-employment physical, drug testing, and background check effective on September 27th, 2018.
I have a motion 2018-177.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Motion passes.
Motion 2018-178, accept the resignation of part-time firefighter EMT Billy G. Hatton, effective September 16th, 2018.
I have a motion 2018-178.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
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 Motion passes. Do you have anything to say about it, sir? Mr. Jesse? Wonderful. Thank you.
Assistant Chief Moore's quiet?
Good guy. Okay, Public Works.
Resolution 2018-195, resolution certifying to the county auditor final unpaid assessment amounts against abutting property owners for the construction, repair and maintenance of sidewalk and driveway apron improvements along various township streets, ordered in accordance with revised code 5543.10 and its policy and procedures, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. Ripperger?
Thank you, trustees. This is from last year's road project. The majority of the residents have already paid their bills for the repair of sidewalk, and there's about 20 to be sent down for assessments, and that's it.
Okay. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Motion 2018-179, approve the submission of application for Anderson Ferry Road to the Ohio Public Works Commission for the 2018 SKIP program year funds, and authorizing the Township Administrator and/or Public Works Director to sign a joint application with the Hamilton County Engineers Office.
I have a motion 2018-179.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes. Do you have something to say about this, Mr. Ripperger?
Yes, this is some more exciting news, especially after getting fully paved. But we're also applying and more or less putting our name on a application for a county-maintained road, but it would be out no funds from the township. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully good.
That done too?
I think it will be.
Okay.
I think.
Thank you for your work on that.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right, Police Department.
Motion 2018-180, approve the Chief of Police to execute an agreement with the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA, permitting the Delhi police officers assigned to DART to be deputized as task force officers of DEA pursuant to 21 U.S. Code Section 878.
I have a motion 2018-180.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passes. Chief, you have something to say about it?
DEA wanted to deploy 17 officers here to the Cincinnati area. In order to do that, they had to join forces with another task force dealing with drugs in the city already, so they elected to go with DART. In this case, they actually provide the building. They're remodeling a building. They're doing everything. We just basically get to use a lot of their resources. DART will be moving in with them and work next side by side with them. They also will have the resources, so if a case gets so big that DART can't handle it and they hand it over to DEA, as long as they're sworn in as a task force officer, that DART agent continues to work with the DEA agents on the case instead of just stepping away from it.
That's a coup for,
Yeah,
Hamilton County.
there's
okay,
nothing
thank
but
you.
good things there.
Good,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, community development.
Resolution 2018-196, resolution declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation and accumulated debris at 306 Anderson Ferry Road and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. DeLong?
If you don't mind, I'll just address resolutions 196 through 2000, or 201. I know 2001, that makes me a little nervous.
It's been
So the
that
way
long.
this year's been going, we may hit 2001. But no, we went out and did an inspection of all these properties this morning, and they were in the state that you will see in these photos that Jack will flip through here in a few minutes. Primarily, we're seeing a lot of excessive vegetation. We do want to remind residents that your yards have to remain under 12 inches in height. So we know it's been a rainy season. We hear a lot of excuses that you can't get out and mow, but there's still some breaks in the weather. So we are ahead of last year for complaints for the year, and we want to hopefully level this out. It's good to see 6 on the agenda tonight instead of 10 to 20. So hopefully we are getting into our slower season, but we do want to remind residents about that, that anything higher than 12 inches is considered a nuisance. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-197, resolution declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 740 Jennybell Drive and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
Second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-198, resolution declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 3907 Delhi Pike and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-199, resolution declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 4011 Delhi Pike and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of the resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-200, resolution declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 5127 Mount Alverno Road and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of the resolution.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2018-201, resolution declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 5175 Cleves Warsaw Pike and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second a motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Resolution passes. All right, thank you.
Can I ask a question? As you were entering the township from the city down there on Lower Delhi, and you're coming in, right on the right side, right across the line, is a house that is full of cars, and one or two of them up on the front lawn. I checked earlier a couple of weeks, you know which one I'm talking about? And apparently they were submitted the paperwork to that, and I just drove by it yesterday, I think it was, and it just seems like it's even more defiant that they just refuse to do this. And so I'm just curious where that stands.
Yes, that is 3950 Delhi Pike. We actually sent them formal orders on the cars being parked in the yard. Unfortunately, the letter went out. It had an incorrect address for the property owner. It is rental property, so we needed to resend it. They actually, when I went by yesterday afternoon, the cars were out of the yard and on the street.
Good.
So hopefully they got a warning. Now, we are still dealing with the excessive vegetation at that property, which you'll probably be seeing at the next meeting. But they're very slow to resolve. When you have cars parked in the yard, it is a citation to court. So we coordinate with the police department to issue them a ticket to send them down to court. So unfortunately, that property has been dragging their feet to the last minute, and then it goes away, and then we kind of have to wait for it to happen again.
Yeah, I get it. Like I said, I've been here all my life, so I get, parking is tough. There's no question about that. But this thing was just bizarre because there were plenty of spots on the street. And I know Mount Verno and these other places through the years, there's been issues because, there's more kids and more cars, and where do we park? But this one just absolutely ticked me off, to be honest with you. And it was just pure defiance. It's what it is.
Well, and the board actually declared the one vehicle a junk motor vehicle at one of the meetings, and then they fixed it, put it back on the street. So
Yeah.
our hands were, again,
Yeah.
tied. But it's difficult.
Yeah.
Is that an out-of-town owner?
No.
Local?
And that's the thing, and for those watching at home, whatever, you can't park your car in the front grass because it's more convenient to get in your front door or your window, wherever you climb in to get in your house. However, it is a matter of just trying to make the place look nice and to keep it that way. It's very simple, very basic. Cut your grass, take care of your shutters, your roof, your cars, and really keep the place looking nice, property values up. And thank you for everything you guys do, because I love it, the enforcement that you've all been really pushing. I love it. Thank you.
It's difficult, but we're getting there, I think.
Yeah.
So we're our big thing in the last couple of years is doing more public service announcements to get the word out.
Yep.
And we're seeing things in certain areas, but not in other areas. And we'll just have to push harder next year to make sure people are more aware of it. So
Yeah, and
Thank
I
you
think
for the
people get it.
compliment.
They understand it. I think for the most part, most do. And but again, we don't like you said, we don't like being the bad guys. But at the same time, we're not going to tolerate you trashing the township, for lack of other words.
but thank you for the encouragement.
Thank you for what you do. Appreciate it. All right, citizen comments. I do have one person who signed in, Tony Capel on Greenwell, to talk about the dog days of Delhi.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the quick minute. Once again, it's that time of year where the Delhi Business Association will be hosting our Dog Days of Delhi. This is right up at Delhi Park on the old Tot Lot. Do we have a new name for that yet? Just still the old Tot Lot? Yeah, it works. It will be there. Last year we had an abundance of dogs, but it's getting better and better. We want to keep growing. The favorite from all the people that I've talked to is the dog races. So we're making that even bigger and better this year. Starting at 5 o'clock, and everything is free at this event. Everything is free. We do have hot dogs and hamburgers and soft drinks available, and that is just for a donation. And if you donate for that, that money goes to one of the local dog rescues or pet rescue areas right here in Delhi. But the 5 o'clock will start with dog days, and the dog contest will start at 5:30. We always have the cutest dog and best trick. We have some very creative ones, the old play dead or speak, but some of the owners get very creative out there. This year, something new we're going to have. We have an instructor coming out to do a little training and teach people about training your dogs. And then we start the dog races right about 6:30, and we start with our normal wiener dog races. But last year we added an under 25 pound, which was a nice weight class. But
like all battles, we have to go bigger. So we are adding a 25 to 50 pound division, and we're going to let the big dogs eat. We're doing an over 50 pound division as well. So if you've got a St. Bernard that just flat out gets it and can motor down the track, bring them out. We want to see them run up at the park. So the dog races do, though. I mean, everybody gathers around. We watch the dogs race, and it's a really good time. And we do have awards for all of the contests and for the races, which are really nice. We also have the costume contest, which we started last year. We encourage kids. It's a way to have your kids go out trick-or-treating without having to be out on the streets. You're up in the safe tot lot. A lot of the businesses, last year I think we had 25, 30 businesses out passing out candy to the kids. So if you come up in costume, we ask that the kids be under the age of 13. Go around, get some trick-or-treats. And we also have a contest for the best costume for the kids and the best combo costume of either kids with their dogs or even adults with their dogs. We had some really interesting combo costumes last year, so we look for people to get more creative this year. And to cap the evening off at 8 o'clock, we are doing a night fishing over at the lake, and that'll go on until about 9:30. It won't be very long, but it'll be an opportunity to be fishing in the evening a little later than normal, and I've seen some big fish come out of that lake, so interesting to see if they come out at night. But we thank the township for allowing us to do this every year. But Delhi Business Association is trying to do more and more every year to give back to the community, and this is just one event. We do the Easter egg hunt. We've got the Christmas parade coming up here in December. But everything that we do, we try to give back to the community. Go to delhibusiness.org to register your dogs and find out more about it.
Thank you for everything you do, and it's a great event. All right. Okay, so announcement of community events, please, Mr. Libby.
The Free Friday Fishing, the final date is Friday, September 28th. It runs from 7 a.m. until dusk, and it's at Clearview Lake at 5125 Foley Road. The Delhi Farmers Market, the final date is this Saturday, September 29th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and that is at Clearview Lake at 5125 Foley Road. The Mount St. Joe Community Electronic Recycling Day is Saturday, September 29th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is in the Mount St. Joe West parking lot at 5701 Delhi Avenue. The Delhi Historical Society program, the remaking of Cincinnati Music Hall, is Monday, October 8th, is at 7 p.m. at the Delhi Park Lodge at 5125 Foley Road. Delhi Parks and Recreation Department presents Harvest Hootenanny, Saturday, October 20th, from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. It will be at Story Woods Park at 694 Pontius Road. The Delhi Fire Department open house is Sunday, October 21st, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It will be at the Neeb Road Fire Station at 697 Neeb Road. The Delhi Police Department open house will be Sunday, October 21st, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's at the Police Department building at 934 Neeb Road. The community trick-or-treat at the Mount is Tuesday, October 23rd. It runs from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Mount St. Joseph University at 5701 Delhi Pike. The Delhi Business Association Dog Days of Delhi is Saturday, October 27th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Delhi Park at 5125 Foley Road.
Thank you. Okay, we do have a need to go to executive session this evening.
Motion 2018-181 to retire to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, and/or compensation of public employees of the township, and also to consider the purchase of property for public purposes.
I'm in motion 2018-181.
Second motion.
All those in favor? Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, our next meeting is Wednesday, October 10th at 6 o'clock. Everybody be safe. Thank you for coming. That verbiage always messes me up on that.